Welcome to the Cannabis Packaging Show, the world's first cannabis packaging show. You want to go sustainable with your cannabis packaging. We're going to show you 5 options that you need to consider. We have Vark, my brother and president of Contempo Packaging, on the set. Let's get right into it. Option number 1, we have our locking tins. Vark, you want to display those and talk a little bit about the product, please?
So we love the locking tin here. It's one of the probably original 3 items we set up in the cannabis packaging division. Great item because as we started to learn the cannabis market, people really cared and valued sustainability. A lot of the sustainable movement. First step, I think, is one, just shrinking the overall footprint and then also using a single material. So for tins, we love it because top and bottom, both the same material, both metal, no plastic, no other accoutrements. Very simple, very easy. It's also one of our lowest priced items, which is why people like it. You can do some gorgeous things with tins and still have an affordable price point.
People are often shocked about the pricing. They think that's going to be a premium option. As you guys know who watch the show, we do the everyday side of the market, the lower cost, as well as the super premium. This is surprisingly low pricing for the quality of the product.
And can even do some embossings, textures like you see here on Sir Willie's Reserve. And then the insert also is something we really like. A lot of times in order to make efficient pre-roll packaging, you have to use a plastic vac or a paper shell, paper tray, but this is a metal tray. So again, metal top, metal bottom, metal insert, 3 metals equals 1 win.
There we go. So that's edible pack, pre-roll pack. That's also, the other one is for a vape here with a board sleeve that you could do recycled content in the sleeve. You could do FSC certification in the sleeve.
And again, it's okay to use materials, multiple materials, if they're very easily separable, which in this case, the sleeve, super easy to remove, recycle separately than your tin.
Perfect. We're going to go to the next item, but before we do, in the description, there's a link to a blog post we put together, top 10 sustainable cannabis packaging options. So if it's an area of interest, click the link when you're done with this video and check that out. Option number 2, ocean-bound plastic pop tops, another low price side, because a lot of people say sustainable, but it's too expensive. We wanted to start out showing you some examples, real proof. Sustainable absolutely is possible, even on a tight budget. Can you talk about this, please?
Pretty straightforward. Again, the constant conversation, you have the war against plastic. The paper industry hates plastic. The plastic industry will smash the paper industry and say it costs more money to cut down trees and send, truckloads of logs and all the water waste that's used to building paper. So there's that argument. But we can't demonize plastic. You still have a need for it. There's still a use for it. And it's still going to be in our space for a while. So when we do need plastic, here's the alternatives. The good part about plastic is it keeps things fresh. It's low price. It can be malleable. It's easy to manufacture. So when you want to go with plastic, you have a great option of ocean-bound plastic. These 2 options here we see, again, traditional pop tube sizes, nice freshness caps, cool insert, or easily producible label with decorations, but again, ocean-bound is the way to go.
You see a lot of the big brands today going with PCR, post-consumer recycled plastic. Ocean-bound, in my opinion, is a step up from that. And if you don't know what ocean-bound is, we've done a lot of content on it. We actually have a thing here, a QR code. We promoted this last year, a few years ago, video-enabled sustainable packaging. Scan the QR code. What is ocean-bound? What's the impact being made? A way to storytell to make sure the consumer understands what you're doing.
I think just to talk about that too quickly, the legal side of it as we're going deeper and partnering with larger brands on the retail, the fashion side, and on the cannabis side, understanding the legal consequences sometimes of saying the wrong thing. The word green, the word eco-friendly, the word biodegradable, we know we got to stay away from those. So how do you make these claims? How do you let the consumer know that they're buying a responsible brand packaging and that you guys care about what you're putting your product into without having to be scared that you're using the wrong words? So putting a video, educating the consumer about what you're doing and why you're doing it versus having to write these buzzwords that may screw you in the long run. So the QR is a really good way of delivering that message without being nervous about the legal consequences.
That's an interesting
that are constantly changing as well. Yeah, as we know.
They have the FTC green guides, and those are being updated right now. Okay, next option, 100% hemp fiber box. We put a lot of time and capital into this, 2021 especially, saying this is the revolution. No more cutting down trees. The hemp box for the cannabis industry. What a match. Talk to us a little bit about hemp packaging and some of the benefits.
Carbon sequestered by the hemp plant. But overall, we talk about the value This is one of our, it's still a little bit more higher priced. We talk about the realities of sustainable packaging, the good, the bad, and the ugly. This is something that we still very much believe in the long run. I think we got in at really the ground floor. I know you and Dad, when we were going across the country, finding the mills that could make this, we're really starting and innovating and believing in the movement towards hemp, which is getting steam, and we can make it in the good old USA, 100%. We've got partnerships with 2 of the only mills that are able to decorticate and really turn the tight hemp fiber into a usable paper or board material. So huge. I know it will win. I know in the long run this is the product of the future. And why don't you be part of the future today and the present? This is something that we should be talking more about, and as brands take their vision more seriously, this is going to be the winner. I'm sure of it.
Absolutely. So it's a matter of time. I think it's really when, not if.
Definitely.
But that's one that honestly, we get a lot of no's because of the price and people having trouble justifying, oh my gosh, why would not just buy a tree paper box? And I think the argument's very compelling. Hopefully the prices drop over time.
And that's why also, products like this, where we're looking at smaller tincture boxes that we make in Rhode Island, or a smaller concentrate folding box, or simple labels. The smaller items, yeah, it might be 50% more expensive, but if you're paying 5 cents, 10 cents, 20 cents, you might be able to afford that. It's those bigger boxes, the larger corrugated items, the giant things where you're paying 60 cents and you can't necessarily afford 90. But smaller items like this, it's a win, and we're ready to rock.
Especially on a lower price point, right? If it's a $50 tincture, you definitely can work it in the margins 100%. Versus if it's birthday candles or 100%. A pack of gum, it might be harder. Let's go to the next item. Let's try to wrap this one up. CR board tube. Functions like a pop top, but removes 80% of the plastic. You want to review these 2 sizes for the audience?
Got it. Standard pop tube, this is probably, I don't know, maybe 118. Then you have the larger couple drams here. I don't know the exact size, but
probably
the 40. Top, 40 drams. The top of it is basically this, what you see here. Maybe it goes down to right about here. The same mechanism, but the rest of the whole tube is board. So nice, creative, simple way to, again, you talk about plastic, not demonizing it. It's got a good item here. It's got a good functionality, but we can reduce the overall amount of plastic that we use by going with a paperboard tube and a plastic top.
Beautiful. And the last item here is, I call it my personal favorite. We'll link at the end to another video that shows this one up close, but this is our all-metal CR tin with the option of the compostable not preview pod, that's a different item, the compostable pod system.
You've got so many items going in your head, you can't
Sometimes
keep track
hard to keep track of them. So the all-metal CR tin, again, similar to the locking tin, not mixing plastic and metal together. That makes it unrecyclable. That's a big no-no from a sustainability perspective. So all-metal CR tin with the freshness plug. We're resizing this in many sizes. People are loving this product. And my dream really is that we create this compostable pod system where regulators eventually would allow that the first time the consumer buys this, the next time they buy this home compostable pod, they take this home with a one-time CR foil, and then they dump it into that package or their stash jar to greatly reduce the amount of packaging overall. Any comments on this one before we wrap up?
Perfectly said. And again, you're starting to see other markets picking up on that, whether it's the health and beauty soap dispensers. You know that people are understanding this and seeing relevance in it. And it's a little bit more of a challenge on the cannabis side, of course, with single usage and child safety, and just the dispensaries and how product is touched and looked at in the stores. But again, on the cutting edge, that's what we try to do here. We have a nice combination of future cutting edge products with stuff that you can buy now, but we like to show you guys all of it, always hear your feedback, and we're here to innovate with you. So this is I'm proud of it, and I love that you have passion in it, and I love that passion plus action makes your dreams become reality.
I love it. Look at this guy giving some motivational life advice.
We inspire the people. We inspire the people.
I love it.
Here.
Thank you for being on the show. So if you're interested in sustainable cannabis packaging, email wow@contempopackaging.com. Remember that link in the description that shows our blog post with top 10 sustainable cannabis packaging options for 2024 and beyond. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and like this video, and take good care, everybody.
See you.